the lapis lazuli. Pile number 2 with the pink tourmaline. Pile number 3 with the dragonstone. I can see that in the past you haven't felt like you have what it takes to manifest what you want. And even though it's felt like this, you've still tried to take a leap of faith, even though you weren't feeling completely ready. And that led to you moving out of the space you were in, which was very restrictive in some ways. However, it didn't lead you quite to where you really wanted to be. And so you feel a little skeptical about manifesting, given your experience in the past. You don't want to go back to that place where you felt restricted in your options. And you didn't like how it didn't feel completely stable. So this looks like foundational energy, that you're still working on a foundational energy question. When I say foundational energy, it means finances, home, job, career, security. And it seems like you were trying manifesting something different for your finances, but it didn't quite go as you expected. So right now you're feeling like you want to try again. You're giving it a chance. You're learning all you can about it. And instead of looking at what you don't have, you're doing your very best to look at what you do have. That's wonderful. That's amazing. A good job, Group 1. So it's this past energy, and it's a past energy of dissatisfaction and very high standards. I would say that the King of Swords, the way he's showing up reversed, suggests a lot of rigid ideas about how things should be. This could be a person, an influence in your life in the past. It seems that you've been doing a lot of work on your shadow side, and you wanted to create something that is just out of this world. It's so amazing, so out of this world. Literally, I need to say that again because it's incredible. The energy that I'm seeing here, the gift that you have. However, it wasn't seen the way you might have even expected it. It's kind of almost like what you created is invisible. It wasn't seen, you weren't seen for what you were actually creating. And so you're no longer channeling that energy. you've sort of, almost as I would say, you've just sort of blocked off some part of your creative self. Now, I just want to see if these cards, what we can surrender, because this seems like an obstacle that's internal rather than external. And let's find the mirror for it. So for those of you who don't know me, you're coming first time to this reading, I use a few different esoteric philosophies to guide my tarot readings, one of which is based in Carl Jung's philosophies. The shadow side, you may hear me speak those words a lot. And my tarot readings, I try to give you more in-depth understanding of what could be happening below the surface. I also do readings, live readings, as well as email readings. And you can contact me directly to book a time. Okay, let's see what you need to surrender. Okay, surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in, rather than trying to handle everything yourself. And trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off. So, pile number 1, do you try to go it all alone? Do you try to get things perfect before anyone can see them? It seems like you are thinking a lot. Okay, let's see what other advice we have for pile number 1. Surrender to the magic of who you are. So that uniqueness, the unicorn uniqueness, I can see a unicorn over here. That unicorn uniqueness makes you who you are. And so when we try to be perfect for others, we sort of lose that extraterrestrial, otherworldly sort of creativity that's coming in for us. And many people don't understand until some time has passed. And the nature of creativity is such that it takes a while sometimes for people to understand. Okay, third card. Surrender your fear of change. So no matter what happens when you make this, when this happens for you, this manifestation that you've been working for a long time towards, when this happens for you, yes, everything's going to change. But you're going to be all right even if things change. It's important to remember that you're going to be okay even when things change. And change doesn't mean that you're going to lose everything. It also means that you might be gaining everything. So the affirmation is, I have faith that all is well. So this is a very strong reading, telling you to have faith in your talent and abilities and in your manifestation. Now there's one more card that comes out for you, and that card is the Two of Pentacles. In this card, this man is standing here with a rainbow between his pentacles. So one thing is connected to another thing. What you're trying to manifest is actually one thing. It appears like two things, but it's one thing. And that one thing requires a lot of self-acceptance and knowing and accepting energy. This looks like a very turbulent time. The clouds are dark, things are changing. The ship is not quite home, but it's very, very close to the shore. So it's about just hang in there a little bit longer. And even though what you're accepting from the universe doesn't seem like all that you want, not yet anyway, it's leading to something way better. There's this golden bright light here in this card that you picked for yourself. I also see some gorgeous greenery at the bottom here. And see how that person is actually leaning against a tree, a big giant tree, a very solid tree. So what this person offers or has to offer the world is actually really solid. It's more than enough, in fact. They also have more support than they realize. So pile number 1, I suggest for your manifesting, you may want to look into a gratitude practice that could help you see the opportunities that you have available. And I will post a link to a PDF below that talks a little bit more about gratitude. Thank you for watching this reading. And please post in the comments below. 4 of Cups and the pink tourmaline. This is the reading for you. So, 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, King of Wands, 9 of Swords, 2 of Swords, 10 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. So reading number 2. Reading number 2, it seems to me that you have been doing something that takes up some of your time. Half your time, maybe it's a part-time job, a part-time passion. Looks like a part-time passion. And one thing that you do feeds the other. So there is a lot of collaborative effort that you need to make, a lot of coordination. It almost feels like you're perpetually having to juggle your time, your energy to get things done. And the thing that's been feeding you, that's been pushing you forward, is your passion. Really strong, passionate energy here. But perhaps lately you've not been sleeping well. It's just a constant go, go, go. And you're not sure how to move past this situation where you're doing one thing and you're doing a second thing and your time is constantly being juggled. And your energy, your passion is... So something is sort of draining you secretly. It's almost like it's behind your back. Like in front of you, you're in front of the world, you're there, you're still kind of, really focused and keeping it together. But behind that, there's this anxiety, worry that could be draining you. What I see here is that you're not sure how long you're going to be able to continue what you're doing. You're not sure when that cycle is going to stop. You've been manifesting, you've been working hard towards creating something that brings everything together, and there is good news for you. And the good news is that your guides, the energy has absorbed what you're saying, and there's been a shift in the pattern. And there are people who would who are ready, who want to support you. It almost feels like what you're doing is a business venture or a hobby, and then you're kind of manifesting an investor or something like that, something coming in. Maybe this is too specific, but there's this funding that is coming in for you, which is also something that maybe you've been thinking a lot about and wondering how far you can carry on. Let's pull a few more cards to see. There is love here. There's whatever you're doing makes the world a better place, brings in some healing energies. You want to go for something that is truly amazing, that sort of changes things at a very subtle and complete way. You don't want to just pick anything, and that's what makes your idea, your work a little more challenging, because you're not willing to settle. Maybe some support needs to come in a more like a stronger fashion, which would help you to know that your project is on track. Something is coming in, like maybe in 3 months or so, 3 weeks, 3 days, 3 months. You could be getting some news that would make you much more energized and able to follow forward, instead of feeling what you're currently feeling, which is a little bit lethargic, a little bit not so motivated, and not so sure about where things are going. Okay, let's pull a few surrender cards for you. What do you need to surrender to move your manifestation faster? Connecting to the energies. What do you need to surrender? Group number 2. What is group number 2? Surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strength, attractiveness, and power. As I pulled this out, I literally felt a whoosh of energy coming through, that this is really, really important to keep your eyes on the prize. What else does group number 2 need to surrender in order to... okay. Let's see. Surrender to complete healing. So perhaps you've been holding things in. You've not been really allowing yourself to grieve. I do see the grieving card. I call it the grieving card, which is the 5 of Cups. This is a card that shows up. This is a card that shows up when we have to do the work, which is allow and let go of the past and let ourselves look at what still remains. So maybe a little time to grieve. Okay, what else? Any other messages that would help group number 2 rejuvenate, get the energy that they need to complete their passion? Okay, this one starts to come out. Okay, surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Looks like you need a break. Take a relaxing break and spend some time in nature, replenish. You've been giving a lot to these projects in your life. That's what it looks like. And it's time to rest and refresh your energy with nature. If you are drawn to working with crystals or drawn to forest bathing, there might be an opportunity to do so, to connect with nature and let yourself have sunshine. Looks like sunshine may be something you need right now. Okay, thank you. That's all for your reading, group number 2. In case you would like to speak to me about a personal situation, private reading, please contact me. Thank you. Group number 3, those who chose the dragon stone. The dragon stone and this 4 of cups. This is the reading for you. Okay, group number 3. What does group number 3 need to know about how their manifestation is going and what do they need to surrender? Okay, Queen of Wands, 3 of Wands, Ace of Wands. That's a lot of fire energy and balance. You may need to balance yourself. Let's see what kind of balance. So there's a need for justice, and justice is always available to you. This is what this is telling us, is that all the efforts you've been putting, taking initiative, taking action, going forward with something, you will receive the rewards for that. You will get justice. Now, there is a Queen of Swords person. This could be an influence in your life. It could be simply your own need to communicate what you truly want and desire, because the universe is a listener. The universe listens to us as we communicate, and we need to have some clarity, a clear communication, and then allow ourselves to rest, to let go, as it were. And it seems like whatever you're asking for, there's going to be an abundance of it coming back to you, and you may need to spend some time choosing what it is that you want from what you've asked the universe. Like, it seemed like literally the image I got in my mind as I connect with your energy is like something like a lot coming back. Maybe you'd asked for something a few times, and the order comes in with like 5 or 6 different things, which you'd ordered at different times. So yeah, it's kind of interesting how the universe is just going to bring it back. The universe has been a bit slow. It's been sort of slow with bringing it back to you, everything that you've given, everything that you've asked for. Now let's see, what else do we see here? Page of Wands. Some news is coming your way. News that actually takes you forward. And it could be that you are traveling, pile number 3, traveling towards what you want. Maybe it's a little slower than you expect. It's going to be overwhelming. Like, when it comes back to you, it's going to be huge and overwhelming. Okay, let's see. Yeah, absolutely. Huge and overwhelming, and you're going to be choosing the thing that you've always wanted since you for a long time, maybe when you were a kid, something that's so beautiful, artistic, and amazing. And it's at a distance, so it's coming slowly towards you, but it's coming, and it's coming in a very big way. Wow, Balamadari, do post it on the comments what it is exactly that you will receive. Um, I'm getting some more information for pile number 3, and this information is about, I think, what you really need to do is trust that things that are not meant for you were not meant for you, and know that what you're asked for is really happening, even though you don't see it. There's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes. So here you are, and behind the scenes stuff is happening. And it's just that, it's kind of in an in-between transition stage. And decisions are being made, they haven't yet been made. There may be a bit of a delay in the decision, which is why you're probably checking this reading. But it looks to me like the decision that you make is going to be for your highest good. It's going to be something that was meant to be, something that was always meant to be for you, something that was destined for you. Kind of feeling a little emotional as I feel this energy from this pile. Now let's see what the surrender cards tell us. Okay, take a deep breath, pile number 3. It's happening. Yeah, I kind of feel this constriction in my chest almost from the energy, this sort of really exciting sort of energy that I'm picking up from pile number 3. So let's find out. Connecting to the vast unconscious. What does pile number 3 need to surrender? Ooh, okay. Surrender to success. Maybe it's not been something you're familiar with. To have this sudden spark, that happens and you succeed. So it might feel a little overwhelming and a little too exciting when it happens. But the universe wants you to know that you are ready to experience it. You have all that it takes to experience your good fortune and be completely okay. Try not to look back at the way things sort of stopped in the middle and didn't go through and it didn't happen at the last minute. That may be hard for you because it looks like you've had your fair share of setbacks. Just go for it. Like, take a leap. Okay, let's see if there's any other card wanting to come out. Surrender to effortlessness. Oh my gosh, pile number 3, what you've asked for, what you're manifesting, is going to be effortless. It's going to feel as if you're floating through air and there's this big universal energy holding you, stopping you from falling. And you're not quite sure how this is happening, but it's as if this manifestation is working through you. You're just going to be carried with it like a wave in the sea. It's just beautiful. Okay, now you may have become used to setting limits on your life. I'll take this, but I'm not going to take that. I'll give this, but only until this place. So you're very good at setting boundaries. I can't say that about a lot of people, but it seems like pile number 3 is very good at setting boundaries, and these boundaries are internal. They set boundaries for themselves, how they show up, what they do. They're very regulated, and it's healthy what they're doing. And it's okay to say no. If something feels like, oh my gosh, like this is too much, it's okay to say no. Let's stop here. Even though this energy that you're going to be dealing with is going to be like a force, like a tornado, like a hurricane, like a real force. So you'll need to ground yourself to be to set a limit here. So practice your grounding, even though this is going to be like such an exciting moment. Take a breath, pile number 3. It's happening. All the best. I would love to hear your comments, see your comments in the comment section. Thank you. Have a wonderful day wherever you are.